Hey everybody, this is your broadcaster, Master Cloud, and I am back for another cast of The Lord of the Rings, The Battle for Middle-earth 2, The Rise of the Witch King expansion. Today's matchup is going to be the finals of the April 2015 tournament hosted by GameReplays.org. Spawning in the upper left-hand side as the White Gondor player, it is going to be the player Djparson. His opponent spawning in the lower right-hand side of the map as Angmar, it is going to be the player Swegrim. Both of these players coming from deep in the brackets to beat all of their opponents and now are both in the finals. Let's take a look a second, guys, at who these players actually beat in order to get here. Megrim coming to the finals by beating Sene, then Excalibur, then Dead, all matches in which he beat his opponent 2-0. So he is looking incredibly powerful in this game right now, and definitely the one to beat. Djparson, on the other hand, also known as Melkor 555, able to take out, let's see, guys, let me take a look here. Able to take out Dread Reaper 2-0, then beat Icevice 2-0, and finally taking out Andy 2-0. So both of these players feeling extremely confident, I feel like. And whoa, what is this? A stables in the center of the map by Djparson here, and this is going to be a very crazy opening for him, very uncharacteristic. And Megrim doing something similar, building his barracks pretty far away from his fortress. This is going to leave it extremely susceptible here to an attack by those Gondor Knights, which will be out on the field very shortly here. And there they are, released from the stables now, guys. And actually then the stables gets canceled. Oh my gosh, this is a strange opening. He rushed the stables in order to get the Gondor Knights out on the field. Here comes a summon by the Angmar. Did he see the troops? No, he didn't. He did not see the Knights. He waited literally a second too long, or a second too early. Had he seen those Knights, he could have used the Thrallmaster to get out the Spearman instead, but waited literally a second too early to summon those units before seeing what his opponent had. And this builder actually now in trouble. It needs to immediately evacuate here. Looks like it will throw up a wall hub in an attempt to protect that mill. Now there is finally a unit of Spearmen out on the field, and this unit of Knights, actually there's a hidden Troll and Wolf Den in the bottom side as well. Both of these players going for absolutely crazy strategies here in the first game. I know you guys have all been waiting for this game. Definitely, guys, if you haven't already paused the game, grab a bag of popcorn. This is supposed to be one of the best games of the tournament, so I am so excited as it is already off to a great start here. The rally call is still down on these Gondor Knights. He's trying to get the maximum amount of damage he can in for them. Able to take out one Wolf Rider, maybe do a little bit of damage here. Trying to utilize these to their maximum potential, and now the Hall here in danger, as well as the mill. These Gondor Knights actually going for the mill instead. I think the Hall has a little bit more health, so they are trying to go for the mill, I think, to get the kill before the units are out. An additional attack being pushed forward here. Actually, an archery range being thrown up by Djparson. Looks like for now he's going to ignore those Wolf Riders. Immediately cancels the farm. Is not going to worry about that for now. A huge engagement here in the center of the map. Angmar has this around, but I think the units here of Djparson are in far superior both numbers and skill power in relation to their opposing units here. These Thrallmasters quickly getting taken out by these archers. This unit of Gondor Knights still alive, could throw up a well should he have the time and income to do so. Looks like they will attempt to chase down the Wolf Riders. Not sure they can actually take out that many Wolf Riders now that half their unit has been depleted. Nevertheless, here comes a huge attack across the ford from Djparson. Of course, guys, the map is Fords of Isen II, one of the most popular maps in this tournament, as both players extremely familiar with it. And I wonder if Djparson picked his race, as I have seen him play the race of Gondor in pretty much all of his games, I believe. So I think this tournament, of course, did allow you to choose your own race, and he may be feeling most comfortable with those Men of the West, and picking those, utilizing their powers over that of potentially throwing your opponent off guard by picking random, which I think Swegrim here has in fact done. He might have chosen Angmar. We'll have to check in the future games if he switches it up or not, but most likely Swegrim going for that random option. Group of Gundabad warriors going down. Djparson able to take out that mill, so that's going to be a nice pickup. Here comes a surround attack, but those spearmen knew exactly what was happening there and moved to intercept there. A great reaction time by Djparson to realize that and bring around those troops, and he is going to very convincingly win this battle here in the front of the map. A couple of Gondor Knights, still alive, able to take out this mill to the right, and now this Hall of the King's Men in danger as well. No Thrallmaster is on the way. Looks like it is going to be out of this one as well, as he might have just resigned himself to the fact that this is going to go down. A group of Wolf Riders attempting a charge through here. These archers standing ready, though, and will begin to engage as soon as they come in range, and takes out a decent amount of those Wolf Riders. Only 2 remaining here. Where did those Gondor Knights go? It looks like they are going to go over here. Could turn around and engage if they want to. A couple of units, Thrallmasters here. Going to just be looking like they cleaned out the Warglare there. Could move to intercept these units now. I want to see if he actually gets a chance to take out this Hall of the King's Men. It looks like with this Wolf Rider summon, it was a Thrallmaster out of this one, no doubt. That there should be enough units here, I think, to overcome this. And this Hall of the King's Men is not going to go down. I kind of think he should have used those Gondor Knights to engage that, to finish it off when he had the chance. In the center of the map, these units going to be actually getting run over here by these Wolf Riders as they do engage them as well. There's a few pikemen out on the field for Djparson. He has thrown these units into that tight stance, though, that will allow them somewhat to be protected from that charge dam. And the archer still in the back, almost up to level 2. That will be a nice pickup if he can get them there. The Thrallmaster might go down to the Gondor Knights as well. There goes the Whirlwind ability down to take out these Gondor Knights, which are up to level 2 now. Needs to pull them out if possible. This one needs to get out before it gets taken out, but no, it does go down, and the level 2 Gondor Knights from the canceled stables in the early stages of the game finally go down. Here comes a huge attack, though, by Djparson. He continues to pump out a ton of troops and keep the pressure on Swegrim here, who is desperately trying to get a wraparound with some of these Wolf Riders. Is retreating for now, rebuilding up his forces, and I think he has enough here to actually engage this should he choose to, even though with the 2 archers in the back, the pikemen are not going to be very efficient against these Gundabad warriors. Does throw them in porcupine formation that will allow them to survive slightly longer, but here comes the Wolf Riders from the back. Needs to turn around these spearmen to engage that. Has lost most of them. An additional unit of Gondor soldiers reinforcing, and I think with the reinforcements, somehow, some way, these archers able to potentially win. However, most of his spearmen have been taken out. Here comes another charge through with those Wolf Riders, and he is slowly but surely losing this attack, as most of his troops here are being pretty depleted. Most of his units are basically a ragtag bunch now. Here comes additional units, though. He continues to reinforce. Djparson not letting up, and this battle continues, of course, guys, to rage on here. Looks like almost all the units from that initial attack have been killed. Just a few remaining, but there are so many units on the field now for Swegrim that he's looking to be in a pretty good defensive position. Might lose this forward mill here, but has plenty to replace it. Looks like one around here, a couple around the backside. Still has that hall, or that troll and wolf den in the back, and of course throwing up an additional mine in the back. Hey, why not? As Swegrim attempts to defend here, and I think he should have enough troops. Let's take a look at the PowerPoint spells. It is going to be the level 10 Summon Hobbit ability for Djparson. I'm surprised he hasn't used it right here during this attack. 2 level 5s for Swegrim right now. Both of these players pretty even on PowerPoints, as this game has been pretty back and forth, I would say. Pretty evenly matched as these 2 titans collide against each other. Finally, the Hobbit Summon goes down. The surround by the Angmar troops with the constant run-throughs here by the Wolf Riders. I think this attack is going to be thwarted, as Swegrim was able to set himself up in a pretty decent position. Even with that Hobbit Summon going down, Frodo out on the field, there is just too many forces of Angmar here, especially so close next to the fortress. It was probably able to get off a couple of pot shots during that attack as well. Frodo just going to be kind of left to his own devices here. We're not really worried about him at this point. As these troops now move into an attack formation, we'll be moving to the front here, going to pick off at least 1 farm, potentially 2. Here comes a unit of spearmen, however, and they should scare away these Wolf Riders, albeit or temporarily at least reroute them. as it looks like they will begin to work on this farm. I don't know if that's a good idea with all these archers in range, though, and are going to indeed be retreating back to that base on the south side. An additional battle being fought here. Neither of these players deciding to utilize heroes, an interesting choice. Both of them just focusing on pumping out as many units as possible. The Gundabad Warrior Summon goes down, though. And as I say that, I realize Faramir is out on the field. So it's going to be the hero Faramir for Gondor, but no hero so far for Angmar. But with that Gundabad summon, he is going to take, or the summon orcs. But they are the Gundabad warriors, very similar, as you guys can see here from that, at least from the, from the model here that they use for that unit. I believe it is exactly the same there. A couple of wolf riders moving to the north. Looks like some of them fell, but here comes a huge attack from the north side from Djparson. But meanwhile, Swegrim moving through the middle is going to be able to take out an additional farm. A couple of units back home here to help. Where is Faramir? It looks like he's hidden in the trees down here next to this this farm. We'll begin to protect the lands of Gondor here from the trees. A couple of units engaging here to the north. These archers out in front needs to pull them back immediately, though, as a lot of them are being taken out as they do not have health and they cannot fight these units up close. They're just getting mauled. Faramir able to get a good shot off, take out a Thrall Master potentially there. I missed exactly what hit. On the right side of the map, another battle going down. The rally call being utilized. It is going to be the hero Hwaldir now out for Angmar to boost some of these troops. You can see him providing that leadership bonus to nearby Thrall Masters, or at least the axe throwers here and the spearmen. The Gundabad warriors do not receive the bonus, as they are orcs, and Hwaldir is, of course, not. Looks like in the center of the map, Djparson able to win that battle, push it back for now. But on the north side of the map, it is going to be the player Swegrim who takes the battle. So both of these players winning their respective battles in their home territory. And at this point, both of these players trying to gain any type of advantage. It is going to be the Gondor Knights now out for Gondor, which could be the turning point, as he has been able to take out a singular mill here. Could go for this one as well if he knows it exists. Might try and run around the backside. Plenty of things, plenty of structures here that he could engage should he choose to. This unit of spearmen going to be chasing these knights down, and he has bigger things to worry about right now, because here comes a huge attack across the river led by Hwaldir. Faramir is in control of this battalion, but is it going to be enough? The war chant goes down. The Thrall Master goes down instantly, though, there, as Faramir focuses him down with that wounding arrow ability. Hwaldir still alive and well, though, fighting a ton of these troops. You can see him swing his axe there and immediately take out these units one by one, as he is an incredibly powerful hero. Doesn't have a ton of health, but his swings are just devastating to these low-tier units. But with all of his forces being depleted, Hwaldir actually needs to retreat here. I think he's potentially worried about these Gondor Knights back at his own base. He's going to use the summon to actually save him here, though, and is up to the 15 power, summons the Whites in the midst of this battle, and they will begin to slowly hack and slash away at these troops, as they are very fearful here. You can see the units cowering, as the Whites do inflict a small amount of fear on nearby units. These spearmen taking out the Wolf Riders, finally getting the Thrall Master there. The unit disbands, and Djparson looking to be in a great position after he was able to convincingly win that battle. The Whites may have allowed Hwaldir to escape, but not before his entire force was completely destroyed. Djparson working on the Warglare to the north here could engage these Rudar spearmen should he choose to. Looks like he will here. But I think the Angmar troop might actually be a little bit stronger here, or at least has a better engagement somehow. Although actually the Thrallmaster in the front going to go down, and it is going to be the Rohan spearmen who take that battle, so he can begin to work on that Warglare. Now, if he is aware that those units actually survived there, Rohirrim now out on the field. So an upgraded stables for Djparson. Actually, let's take a look at his base here. He does have the upgraded archery range as well. The upgraded barracks, more Rohirrim on the way. Has not gone for the upgraded barracks, the upgraded stables, excuse me. And there's the Rohirrim now joining the fray as well. Athelian Rangers out on the field. Faramir leading an additional charge into Swegrim's territory. These horsemen to the south need to retreat. They cannot engage this many troops as he was attempting to harass, but these horsemen cannot escape. One barely able to run away. No, does get taken out there by a couple of axes thrown from behind. The rally call goes down on these troops in an attempt to win this battle. There is a ton of Angmar units here, though. These Rohirrim moving to the north to try and pull away some of the units. Around the backside is the Wolf Riders. The Spearmen not able to get in there in time. The Wolf Riders taking out a lot of those very expensive Rangers. The Hobbit summon goes down in the back here in an attempt to surround these Angmar units. However, it looks like they've won mostly the battle on top here. Hwaldir should still be alive in this. Faramir as well, though, takes out in another Thrallmaster Faramir with that wounding arrow. Incredibly effective in this matchup. Hwaldir now up to level 5, able to use that Summon Hillman ability. Faramir has lost the majority of his troops. His command is broken. He is fleeing the battlefield here. The Hobbits remain, but for now they're just mostly being ignored by Angmar as he attempts to chase down Faramir. Does not want him to get away if possible. Does he have the Whirlwind ability available for use? Not quite yet. He could pull him in. But these Gundabad warriors actually able to catch up to Faramir. Where's his reinforcements? They are standing in the back here and needs to move up to help Faramir, but actually he will in fact escape barely here. A very low amount of health. Let's take a look at the summon powers. It is going to be actually the Rohirrim summon going down over here. That 15 power by Djparson in an attempt to do some more harass. He has found a mill hidden in the top corner here by Swegrim. These units now relocating to the more easily accessible mill here right across the ford. Frodo and Sam almost timed out here for now. Angmar just basically ignoring those units. This Rohirrim summon continuing to cause strife here in the back of Swegrim's base. The upgraded Hall of the King's Men, able to survive this whole time, is now pumping out Dark Rangers. Hwaldir taking out the rest of those Rohirrim before they can take out that mill. The Rohirrim are on the backside, will be able to take out this mill though. The Dark Rangers picking up a little bit of experience potentially if they can take out some of these Rohirrim. Actually do not gain experience for killing summon units, potentially not, and are going to begin to work on this mill as well, but I think they will not succeed, as it looks like most of these units will be taken out here by the remaining Angmar units. To the front side, a huge battle emerging here is going to be a Gundabad summon with the Whirlwind ability though on all the Rangers, and what an incredible spell choice here by Swegrim, able to take out almost all these troops. I think Faramir is in this battle as well, is going to get chased down this time. I do not think he can get out of here as these Gundabad warriors chase him down, stab him in the back, and Faramir, the captain of Gondor, goes down. And could that be a turning point in this game where Swegrim can now launch a huge offensive attack against Djparson, who realizes it, begins to pull back some troops, has some harass units still out on the field, but there's Dark Rangers here in the back of the base. They should be able to easily take out these spearmen. A couple of Knights Aemir as well leading a charge to the south side of the map. We'll be able to get a few mills, but how is he going to deal with this huge attack on his doorstep? More units now being built. Finally a well going down. Hwaldir leading the charge. What are we looking at for power points? He's sitting at 13. Trying to get up to that 25 Shade of Wolf ability. If we would see that from Angmar, I think it might just be game over for Djparson. Not necessarily, but would love to see it out on the map. There goes the spear throw on one of the Thrallmasters. I don't actually know if it took him out or not. Aemir providing that Horse Lord ability, plus 33% damage and armor, and that extra experience or two nearby units. Is going to find a builder here. Is he going to get away? Looks like just barely. Does manage to begin throwing down a mill. But this attack to the front of Djparson's base still happening here. Actually deciding not to go for Shade of Wolf here. Has Morgrimir out as well, using his second 15 power, that Blight ability, and that of course deals damage to units slowly over time. As you can see, these units taking damage, and they will turn into Rights if they die within this area from Blight, I believe. Some of those units actually not transforming. I have to take a look at that spell. Upon death, briefly becoming Rights under your control. So you can see there, as they do time out pretty quick, but a pretty powerful spell. And Morgrimir and Hwaldir now focusing on this upgraded archery range. He does not want to lose this upgraded archery range if he can help it. Most of his forces are on the other side of the map, though, is going to be the Horse Lords, and they cannot deal with these spearmen and heroes. these Athelian Rangers, who are they trying to focus here? I guess the Spearmen, so that the Horsemen can return. But Morgrimir now, and Hwaldir up close, dealing a lot of damage, manages to take out the archer range and is now retreating. A group of Wolf Riders running around freely, beginning to work on some of these mills to the south side. These Rohirrim able to escape, albeit barely. The north side, more harass being done by these units. Djparson doing a great job under pressure here of still controlling his other units out around the map, trying, desperately searching for any harass that he can potentially do to slow down the economy of Swegrim. Finally finding that builder. The builder will go down, plus 88 resources, a great pickup here for Djparson. Aemir providing that pillage ability here, as he will grab an additional mill here of Swegrim's, and should be able to get these units out to the south, I believe, if he reacts quickly enough. These archers dealing a lot of damage, gets a great run through and takes out an entire unit of Dark Rangers though, and these Rohirrim proving to be incredibly efficient. The heal actually goes down on some of these units. Grabs another mill, but the whirlwind goes down, and these units now in trouble as they are within range of all these pikemen and archers. Looks like an attempted surround here. He's trying to move now back to the north. Might get a run through on some of these rangers. And that whirlwind ability not able to actually take out those units. Might have killed one there right at the end. Although actually no, you can see one unit still of level 3. An additional unit of pikemen here to the north. Amazingly, I think he's going to survive with 2 units after all of that. Wow, that is really impressive, or lucky of Djparson, that he is able to get all or both of those Rohirrim units out of there. Swegrim being incredibly persistent with those pikemen though, and here comes a giant attack from Swegrim. Hwaldir and Morgrimir leading the charge. The defense by Djparson here is going to have to be perfect. He has plenty of units out on the field. Faramir now back out on the field as well. 2 heroes apiece for each of these players. A group of hidden spearmen to the north here. I wonder if Djparson has potentially forgotten about these Rohirrim, now switching to their bows, beginning to shoot at these pikemen from afar. Aemir with the spear throw to the face of the Thrallmaster, and he will indeed fall. However, he has more Thrallmasters to worry about, as here comes a huge attack by a Swegrim. The Hobbit summon goes down in an attempt to thwart this attack. I think the defense here is going to be pretty good, especially with that Hobbit summon. A complete surround here by Gondor. Angmar Wrights moving in from the bottom, however, they are almost out of time, should be retreating or disappearing shortly. Hard to tell who's going to actually win this battle. These Angmar units have all been buffed to hell by that War Chant ability. Morgrimir actually and Aemir sawing or hacking and slashing their way through these hobbits. And are they actually going to win, or is Angmar actually going to take this battle? I think they may have just enough troops here. They can't really deal with the horsemen, but there isn't a terrible amount of horsemen to deal with. This Gundabad warrior summon goes down right on top of the horsemen. They will try and move to deal some damage, some trample damage to these units. And I think somehow, some way, these horsemen able to actually scare away the remainder of these units. There is a group of Athelian Rangers still out on the field. Faramir now dealing a lot of damage to, and should be focusing down some of these heroes now, as most of the other units have been dispatched of, and Swegrim is on the retreat here in the center. However, he does have an attack moving here to the north, as well as a couple of units to the south. Neither player utilizing those inns on the field. Looks like for now they have been forgotten. All the warglers have at this point been cleared though. These Rangers need to fall back. Faramir getting a little too antsy here, pushing a little too far forward, and he is going to pay for it. Faramir turned into a white, as I believe actually the technical name of those is, of course, whites. However, I do like to call them race, as I think, isn't it called a race layer? No, maybe it is a white layer. Either way, incredibly powerful units and very much buffed in patch 2.02. The forces of Angmar now moving in. I want to take a look at the power points. Rohirrim summon Rohan allies. pretty much available right now. And wow, we do not have any high power spells here from Swegrim. I mean, he has the 215s, but he is not saving up for that 25 right now. However, Djparson is saving up for that 25. As we can see, he is sitting at 18 power points right now. However, I feel like he's also behind at this point, as here comes another huge attack from Agmar. Waldir actually up to level 9 has not gone down once this game. Morgamir sitting at level 5 as well, so both of these heroes in pretty good shape, and our Gunner player here does not really have a way to deal with these heroes. Needs to have a couple heroes of his own. However, at this time, he really needs more troops out on the field in order to turn back this huge attack from Agmar. They are now reinforcing Waldir and Morgamir rejoining there. Actually, that spear throw taking out 4 of those archers. Pretty impressive by Aemir there. Taking out 4 units with a single spear throw. Nicely done. Even more Dark Rangers now joining the battle. Looks like the Rohirrim here actually going to get a huge run through. A big mistake there by Swegrim is going to leave all, or a majority of his Dark Rangers exposed. And they will get trampled there in the forward. The rally call goes down in the back. I think a little bit of a misclick. That meant to go down earlier. Potentially some lag here for these players. Rogash now on the field. And Rogash spells basically doom for Horsemen, as they cannot get away from Rogash with that splash damage that he deals, and does knock them off their horses. So they have a very difficult time engaging him. And I think in the forward here, the obvious victor is going to be Agmar, now pushing forward, engaging these Rangers who are not retreating. Rogash literally just runs right over them. He doesn't care. He's the Honey Badger in this game. We'll take out a couple of them there. Goes up to level 2. And how is Djparson going to defend himself here? More units moving in from the north as well. Swegrim slowly but surely taking the lead in this game. Has units moving in from literally every side, able to very slowly turn the tides of this battle. I felt like at the early game, Djparson able to keep the pressure on Swegrim, but able to turn it around was Swegrim. And both of these players, no doubt, pretty fatigued, I would say, at this point, as this game has been going on for almost 30 minutes now. And remember, guys, both of these players have played 6+ games just in the tournament. That doesn't include the warm-up games they might have played. That doesn't include any potential any other games that they played at earlier points of the day. So both of these players, no doubt, desperately trying to control their troops as best they can. Looks like this is going to is this going to be the summon units, or actually no, it's just going to be regular built units here. A group of spearmen around the backside could get this level 3 farm. That is going to be a really great pickup if possible. The white summon goes down right on top of the Rangers. They are attempting to run away from them here. This farm under a lot of stress right now as these Wights begin to attack it. Finally, Boromir out on the field. I think the farm will survive. However, this huge army of Agmar to the north here, going to be taking out an additional farm. Not a level 3 farm, so not nearly as detrimental. However, these Wights managing to stay alive for so long. Boromir now engaging. He should be able to take it out. He has enough strength here. Snow Trolls now being built by Agmar. He's finally upgrading to some higher level troops. These Dark Rangers proving to not be the final tier of his evolution here, as he has gone for some Snow Trolls now and is chasing down a lot of these horsemen with those Snow Trolls. That group of Rohirrim killed as they charge accidentally into the pikemen. This group still trying to retreat with Aemir, now up to level 10. Here comes a huge attack on the north side. He has moved those troops around. The Hobbit summon goes down in an attempt to prevent this attack. How close are we to that level 25 power? Very close. Needs just one more power point. Should get it from killing the remainder of these hobbits. Here comes some more, or killing the remainder of these Agmar troops, I should say. Does it finally get up to level 25 there? And what is he going to choose? It is going to be the Army of the Dead. Could use it to summon right here and take out all of these Agmar troops. That is what it's going to be. And you can see immediately Agmar realizes that Rogash getting completely surrounded. Actually, he pulls his units away. He needs to return and begin engaging Rogash again. Rogash goes down. Waldir should fall as well. Boromir in the midst of this battle as well here. And the attack is thwarted by the Army of the Dead. However, I was taking a look at the power points during that battle, and we have an almost 25 power here for Swegrim, who now is finally saving up for a 25 power. And should he choose Shade of Wolf, which I believe he has access to, that could be very, very destructive here for Gondor to deal with. I honestly don't know if he has anything really out on the field to deal with that. He really doesn't. Boromir, level 1 Boromir, level 6 Faramir, yes, they're good. And a lot of Rangers here. So Djparson still in an okay position, I want to say. Has a couple of Spearmen as well. Would like to see him upgrade that barracks and go for some higher tier Spearmen. I'm not sure he has the funds to do it right now. Faramir shooting at these units from afar. More Rangers joining the battle now. The leadership ability being granted by Faramir as he is finally up to level 6, so he does add that 33% damage. But a huge summon of Gundabad warriors on the backside of these troops. There is no Gondor soldiers in the midst of this to deal with this. The Rohirrim need to get a run through if possible, but with the Blight spell down, all of these units converted to whites here. And that huge army of Gondor completely obliterated by basically two spells. There are 15s, well actually 3 spells, 2 15s and a 10. And that is going to be enough to completely turn around this attack. Aemir now taking a lot of damage. These buildings all level 3 now, so do provide that additional arrow tower advantage. Do we have Shade of Wolf? It is going to actually be the power Avalanche, so he has not gone for Shade of Wolf. He may not have, actually if he has both 15s, he should have access to Shade of Wolf. But going for Avalanche instead, I think to focus on potentially destroying some buildings rather than dealing with units. We'll have to see where he decides to actually utilize that spell. Actually throwing it down right now on all of those units. And a huge spell used there to basically take out the majority of troops that Djparson has on the field. These Rohirrim being incredibly annoying, able to survive still. It looks like some of them finally, just as I say that though, they will get taken out by these remaining Spearmen. More in the back, however. Is Aemir actually still alive? I don't see him in this group. So was Aemir actually killed potentially? If so, that is going to be another hero loss for Djparson, who I believe lost both of his other heroes, Faramir and Boromir, in the front there to that or in that losing attack he made. And does Angmar have a chance right now to push forward and take a commanding lead in this game? I'm not sure. I feel like yes, because he just used that Avalanche ability. However, there's a couple of Rangers back out on the field now. These Rohirrim, rather, doing a nice job of staying alive. Snow Trolls from the south will attempt to engage this level 3 farm. I think he can finally get this farm, and that is going to deal a pretty significant blow to the economy here of Djparson. Actually, the rebuild goes down to save it. Yeah, I was going to say this farm is pretty important to him. So the rebuild there, I think, a smart choice, as he does in fact save that farm for now. The Snow Troll is going to have to retreat, and actually potentially being used as a distraction, as here comes Hawaldir out across the center of the map. He is finally back out on the field after getting taken out earlier by that Army of the Dead. Did Hawaldir just go up to level 10? If so, he does gain that Summon Hillman ability. Yes, he does. Summon Hillman Horde's ability now available to Hawaldir. And this is an incredibly scary attack here by Angmar. Faramir back out on the field. Tom Bombadil being used as a summon here, doing the safety dance, scaring these units away. As you can see, Angmar basically just turns tail and runs, as they do not want to engage Tom Bombadil. He is too powerful of a summon, and he would rather just wait for the timeout on Bombadil rather than engage him directly. I think that's going to be the right call, even though he's losing a couple of units here as he runs away, and he does take the pressure off of Djparson for the moment. Saving his units right now, I think, is going to be the right choice. Bombadil running over a Thrallmaster, running over a second Thrallmaster. Bombadil dealing tons of damage, has that Sonic Wave available to him if he would like to use that as well. The Sonic Song, rather. Takes out a third unit. Bombadil so powerful, able to take out 3 units, and I'm surprised it took them this long to actually purchase Bombadil. Finally, he is timed out, though, before he can deal, I think, any more damage there. to the north side, this weakened unit of Angmar going to be susceptible to an attack here by Gondor. However, with the Summon White's ability going down, I think he actually might be able to still win this battle. And that's going to mean an attack to the north side here. On the south side, these Rohirrim now engaging these hill trolls. The arrow drop goes down on a lot of those knights, actually not taking hardly any damage from that. I wonder why not, as that was that actually a glitch? Most of these units seem to be in full health here. Or it could have been, sometimes there's a little bit of lag in the game, so the arrows may have fallen, even though it looks like it hit them, that may have landed there slightly earlier after they moved. As that is an unfortunate side effect of sometimes lag in the game. That does, of course, get built right into the replay, so I do apologize for that, guys. That's something completely out of my control, though. Eomer back out on the field. I believe he was taken out earlier, as I didn't see him for quite a while, but he is once again leading this troop of Rohirrim. They are being chased down by the hill trolls, who are quite quick, and actually turn around and engage the hill trolls now. I think this is going to be the right choice, as he has a ton of Gondor troops here. Gets the complete surround. The hill trolls go down, and Megrim's Megrim's base here looking to be in potentially a little bit of trouble. Plenty of Rudark spearmen now engaging, though. The rally call goes down on these Ithilien Rangers here. A summon goes down to the north. It is going to be the Hobbits. And this attack by the Hillmen here, once again thwarted by the defensive power of Djparson. Boromir now up to level 2 has used that horn ability. I think that might be what allowed them to win that battle there to the north. Did Hawaldir get taken out? I think Hawaldir did indeed fall. And really, Swegrim not being able to recover after having lost both his heroes, or actually all three of his heroes, Rogash, Morgamir, and Hawaldir, been basically desperately trying to get them back out. A level 3 mine going to go down. Actually, not going to go down literally at the last second. Literally throws down that building freeze to save his building there. The snow blind, I believe it's called. Here comes an arrow drop down, and that one's going to be far more effective, as it does deal some damage to those knights. I think they just have such high defense, though, standing or with leadership bonus, that I think they just don't take a lot of damage from that arrow drop. Literally, guys, able to just deal a ton of constant damage here. Swegrim taking a ton of economic damage. These Gundabad warriors being summoned in the wrong place. That was not the right choice, as these Rohirrim easily trample their way out of them. An attack to the south might get a mine or two. There is going to be Gollum. Finally, we do spot him on the map. Could be focused if he is spotted by one of the players. Of course, going for either Sauron or Galadriel in this game could be incredibly powerful. Actually, it's going to be Morgamir back out on the field now, instead of Hawaldir rejoining the fray. Boromir throwing down the horn. However, Morgamir gets in that Morgul blade on Boromir, who will begin to start to take a lot of damage. The arrow drop goes down on all of these units, though. The freeze on the ground in an attempt to save them, but they're taking a ton of damage. Another summon goes down, and I think Djparson might have this battle. If he can claim this battle, he can begin to take out the production facilities here. But with these Wolf Riders summoned, it looks like he lost the majority of his ground troops. He has the ranged troops as well. The ranged troops are not effective against buildings. And Boromir, I don't know why Boromir is staying. He needs to retreat from this battle immediately. Morgamir, escaping for now, begins to heal. Boromir taking a lot of damage. We'll take out one of these Thrallmasters. Boromir, why are you staying and fighting? Needs to hold him back, especially with Morgamir back in the game here. Dark Glory. Actually, that's not a stab attack. I thought it was a specific stab attack that he could use there. But Boromir getting taken out there, and Morgamir actually getting the credit for that. The Ithilien Ranger summon goes down, but too little too late, as these units now taking a lot of damage from these Rangers, but not before they were able to take out Boromir. Hawaldir literally running in the center of this group and being like, hey, actually, I don't know what he would be like, but Hawaldir throwing down the summon Hillman hordes, just like kind of like, hey, look at me, I'm standing in the center of all of your ring here. Ring around the rosy, or actually that's around. So ring in the rosy? I don't know. But these Ranger summon going to get taken out here. Let's take a look at the power points. No additional 25 power being saved up for yet. However, Summon Giants has been bought here. And that could be really powerful against structures. If he could get there's no structure, there's no units back at home. So if he can get vision in the back here, he could summon Giants and potentially take out, you know, 2 or 3 of these production structures, or even go for the fort. I don't know if it's worth it, because he might not get it, and he can for sure get some of these other buildings. I'd like to see him maybe go for the stables or this archery range, which is up to level 3 now. Can purchase, actually has researched the fire arrow upgrade. These units, in fact, do have it, but all these power points being spent here. Tom Bombadil joining the battle again as well, but there's no way Tom Bombadil can deal with this many whites. He will just have to chase down Hawaldir here. But the attack being completely thwarted there in the center. Once again, those power points being used incredibly effectively to thwart a huge attack. This level 3 mill finally going down there. Rohirrim do show back up to deal with it. This Wolf and Troll Den able to survive this whole game has not been targeted by these Rohirrim. I'm surprised it hasn't been. Literally, Tom Bombadil hits Hawaldir in the behind there, makes him do a backflip. Aemir getting stunned here, and I think Aemir going to go down here as he is completely surrounded. 140 actually being transformed into a white there. The Rohirrim able to escape with their lives. Aemir not quite so lucky. Tom Bombadil does time out. But actually our income here for Swegrim incredibly low. What does he have? 4, actually he has 6 mills out on the map. As you guys can see though, none of them are level 2. As Djparson has just done an excellent job this game of focusing down these mills, not ever allowing them really. I mean, he had that 1 level 3 mine, but other than that, his Rohirrim have been so active this entire game. Such an excellent display of skill. Army of the Dead going down. It is once again up for summon, and all of these troops of Angmar getting completely overrun. They will chase down both heroes here. Hawaldir falls, Morgamir falls, and Djparson, looking to be in a great position in this game, actually might consider throwing up some siege equipment now, as he looks like he has taken out the vast majority of Swegrim's troops. And could it be, is Swegrim going to lose this game as this huge attack moves across the field here by Djparson? And I think, does he actually have enough here to take out Swegrim? He took out both of his heroes. What's his income look like? Swegrim sitting at 149. His only hope at this point is going to be a summon. Hasn't utilized those summoned giants. I don't know why not. The Dwarven song being cued in the background. Here comes the Rohirrim summon. They will be moving in, going for that Hall of the King's Men. If he can take out the production facilities here of his opponent, that is going to be key. That hall going down. This hall taking a substantial amount of damage, and somehow, some way, able to come back in this game is going to be Djparson. The building freeze goes down in an attempt to save that building, but the mill going down as well. He has, what, 2 units of snow trolls around the backside here? And could it be, is Djparson actually going to take game number 1, is now focusing down that fortress of Swegrim? And actually, Djparson able to take Swegrim off of his perch here. As I thought Swegrim would most likely take this first game, but Djparson surprising us, or surprising me here. I don't know about you guys, but with an excellent display of skill in this game, never relenting with those Rohirrim, using them to their maximum potential. The Summon Giant ability goes down in defense. This is pretty surprising. You don't really see this going down in defense, but I think the fortress here completely surrounded. Additional summon goes down, might be able to actually save this fortress, maybe just barely, but back at home, I mean, he's dealing with these hill trolls. Aemir back out on the field, Boromir as well, up to almost level 5. The fortress taking critical damage, even if he survives, even if his fortress doesn't go down. He's only got 1 builder on the field, minimal units. I think the fortress will fall. Earthquake going down to finish it off. And what a great game one here between these two Titans. It is only going to be the Wolf and Troll Den remaining, so congratulations to Djparson for taking game one in this finals. Guys, stay tuned, subscribe, like, comment. I hope you guys have enjoyed this game as much as I have. What a great game between these two players. Stay tuned, guys, for the conclusion to this tournament hosted by GameReplays.org. Once again, I am Master Cloud, and I will see you guys shortly for game two of this very exciting series.